Jesus freak here. When I think of trying to do a sort of a basic synopsis of everything, sort of gather everything together and do a sort of Christianity for, or Chinex, introductory thing. I get overwhelmed because I'm not good at organizing my thoughts. And it's like I'd like to ask for help, but the fact that most people that I'd be able to get help from don't exactly believe much like I do, although perhaps to think about it, it's mostly a matter of semantics. Much of the whole Arminian versus traditional Calvinist is going to be semantics. A lot of the difference between, say, John Wesley's concept of the applicability of the law of Moses and mine is semantics. And I think a lot of our differences are semantics. So, Wesley will probably give you the saying that we have that the law of Moses was two parts, a ceremonial law and a moral law, and that the ceremonial law was done away with, but the moral law wasn't. And I say that the law of Moses was a single, indivisible unit, but that a lot of the moral teachings were restated in the law of Christ, making them thus still applicable, even if the law of Moses as a whole isn't. And am I not really saying basically the same thing from a different perspective? It's just like when people talk about James and works versus Paul and faith. They're not saying two different things. But I want to make sure that what I'm saying is what I believe. And I'm not just parroting what everyone else says. The problem is that what for many people can be as straightforward as a list, to me is more like a cloud. It's not organized in any sort of particular way. It just is. And it's not categorized. It's just this mass of data in my head. And it makes it difficult for me to do this kind of thing. This is also why sometimes in my videos you'll see me just sometimes roll my eyes while I'm trying to think of something. Because while I have a lot of this information in my head, it's just randomly stored. It's not organized in any way I can do quick recall. But see, if I could organize it all, if I could try to get it in some semblance of sanity, it would make it easier for me to win souls. Because you gotta start where they're at. If I basically throw at them a whole tome of systematic theology, they're gonna get as overwhelmed as I am. Like me, they won't know where to begin, where to go, where to end. But I feel like I know a lot of people that are going through the motions. And I want them to know why there's more to it than that, and why that's not enough. Even I don't know where to begin. Anyway, for those of you seeing this soon after I put it up, I wish you and yours a happy Lord's Day, and hope you have a place to gather with fellow believers. I don't like to say like-minded believers. I don't believe that's necessarily a good thing. Like-minded and unlike-minded, the believers is the important part. And don't let paranoia about what's going on outside have you running around like chickens with your head cut off. It's not the end of the world. At the worst, it's the beginning of the end. Or rather, it's the beginning of the beginning of the end. We still got a ways to go, I think. Just keep the faith. Jesus, freak out.